Hi, I'm Tyler Tilton, Vice President with Vance Wealth. Today I'm going to walk through a case study where we helped a client actually increase their profit margin by just paying more attention to the products that they were selling. So before our analysis, their profit margin on the business was about 5%. By going through this analysis, we actually brought up the profit margin to 21%. So today we'll walk through that and how we help the client achieve this. Today, we're going to be going over a case study where we helped one of our clients to analyze their profitability and basically help them identify how much cash they needed to sustain business operations for essentially a little bit over 6 to 7 months of the year. This client is a client that has seasonal income, so most of their income is coming in from September to December, where no income is coming in from January through August. So a little bit more background about them is that they had no idea where the cash flow was going. So I know this is a common challenge that business owners have, is that we have all this income coming in, but where is it going? So we started with the P&L analysis, and we were trying to determine what product lines were actually profitable. They had a bunch of different product lines that they were actually selling, and they had no idea the profitability per product line. So we actually went through an analysis and said, okay, anything that is less than $100, let's remove from our analysis. We also wanted to set 10% margin as a break-even point. So the cost of doing business, we kind of have a general rule of thumb is that 10% is break-even. Obviously, this depends on the industry. For their industry, we were targeting more like 15 to 20%, but the 10% was our break-even. So anything below 10%, we wanted to essentially eliminate because this wasn't a really good return on their investment. And what we found was through this analysis, there was actually a bunch of negative yielding products. So that actually helped explain that they were spending money on a product and actually losing money. So it was not a great return. We then did a cash flow analysis and identified that they essentially needed about $200,000 to sustain business operations for the first 6 to 7 months of the year. So total revenue before our adjustments was just shy of 4.5 million. After our adjustments was about 3.1. So what we identified was the cost per unit before we made our adjustments on the 10% break even, targeting 15%, 20% profitability, was that they were spending about 262,000 in cost per unit. After our analysis, by cutting the unprofitable product lines, the negative yielding, anything less than 10%, we got it down to 97,000, or just roughly under 98,000. Their gross profit before was about 224,000, or 5% profit margin. So you can see by taking away a lot of the negative yielding, the unprofitable products, we were actually able to increase cash flow. So cash flow was up to about 676,000, and their profit margin was about 21%. So in summary, we were able to allow the business owner to spend more time working on their business because they had less products to manage. Their profit margin went up from 5 to 21%. And they were able to actually work on the business and make a bigger impact and figure out what are the best products for them to purchase in the future. If you're interested in how we help business owner clients make these key financial decisions, you can book a 30-minute consultation with one of our wealth advisors at www.vancewealth.com.